Welcome back to Cosmic Comics. Operation Knightstrike is a top-secret task force working for the United States government. This unfinished series ends after 3 issues. It shows the formation of Operation Knightstrike and the beginning of their first mission. It's a shame the series was never completed, as this is a story I've always wanted to read. Issue 1, published in May of 1995, is written by Brian Whitten, penciler Richard Horry, inker Jamie Mendoza, colorist Gloria Vasquez, color separations Extreme Color, letter and associate editor Kurt Hathaway, editor Eric Stevenson, creator Rob Liefeld. The issue opens with Colonel John Stone getting to hand-select the team that will serve under him as Operation Knightstrike. Candidates for the new team include Chapel, Duke, and Hogan Reeve. The cloaked figure overseeing the program will allow Hogan to train with the group, but doesn't want him as a member of the team. 2 days before Valentine's Day 1986, a gang is robbing a parts store. They are interrupted when Bruce and Al come crashing through the front window on their motorcycles. Awesome, but I would still love to know the logistics of this badassery. So where does this fit into the Al Simmons timeline? Oddly, I think this is after he's saved the president's life and after he was voted one of the 10 sexiest men. At this point, Al Simmons is a household name. Of course, the main reason I'm covering this series is to learn more about Al and Chapel's past. Bruce Stinson and Al Simmons have been friends most of their adult lives. The two share a passion for life on the edge and honor a code that values personal loyalty. They don't like to see people needlessly abused. From the way this reads, Al and Bruce didn't meet each other until they were adults. This scene shows us Al and Bruce's brutality from an earlier era, but here we see it tempered by a desire to accomplish a greater good. Al continues to exhibit this trait moving forward, but I think it's important to show that there is a point in time in which Chapel shows altruism and was working towards a greater good because he felt it was the right thing to do. Since this story is taking place in Liefeld's extreme universe, Al takes a back seat to Bruce's action as we see Chapel take down at least 6 and probably all of the gang members by himself. This gives us a divergence of philosophy between Al and Bruce. Al doesn't want Bruce getting carried away, while Bruce just wishes there were more of them to beat up. Al and Bruce explain to the scared shop owner that they are there to help. The two of them are fighting to help regain control of the streets. Basically, Al and Bruce are cruising around on motorcycles being vigilantes. Considering the timeline of these characters' lives and where they both are in their professional careers, this scenario makes little to no sense. The two hear sirens approaching and decide it's time to take off. As they leave, they are stopped by Colonel Stone, who explains the siren is his doing. Stone is only there to speak to Bruce. Stone tells Bruce if he's tired of taking out street-level thugs, he has an opening that would let him make a real difference. Come kill for the United States government, and they'll compensate you for the trouble. Bruce needs 2 demands met before he'll sign on. 1, he doesn't work cheap. 2, he'll only sign up if they sign up his pal Al Simmons as well. And that's the story of how Bruce Stinson and Al Simmons get hired to work for Operation Knightstrike. After getting Bruce to sign on, Stone continues putting his team together. Stone picks up Duke during the middle of a bar fight. He promises Duke the chance to dish out as much shit as he wants while collecting a solid government salary. Early that evening, we catch up with Jake Holland, or as he's known while wearing a costume, Dutch. Dutch has just finished a $1 million heist. He's feeling pretty good about things when the cops show up and corner him. Dutch makes a quick escape through an open car door, but in the process he falls right into Colonel Stone's trap. Stone makes Dutch an offer he can't refuse. Just before noon on Valentine's Day, inside a Vegas whorehouse, Peter Fraley doesn't have enough money to pay for services rendered, and the lady's pimp is determined to ruin his day. Stone arrives, offering to pay Fraley's tab and for any damages to the room. He then tells Fraley to pack up. He's coming to work for Uncle Sam. After 3 days, the team has been pulled together, and they receive their first mission. At this time, the Soviet Union is still involved in their Afghanistan war. The United States and other democracies have pledged support to the Afghan rebels. A U.S. helicopter delivering documents to the rebels has gone down. The team's mission is retrieving the pilots and the documents they carried. Nobody has any questions. Thus begins Operation Knightstrike. I have to say, for all the build-up, a mission to retrieve documents doesn't get me excited to read more. Additionally, in so many ways, this feels like with all the other teams being put together in the Extreme Universe, that there isn't anything here that's special to get the reader excited or invested in this team or this comic, really outside of Chapel and Al being there. We'll see if things improve once the team heads on their first mission. Thanks for watching. Consider giving this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Cosmic Comics, I'm out.